Assalamu alaikum, this is Fatima Misbah.
And I'm Tahir Dhindsa.
In today's episode of Pakistan Next Week, we will be discussing Indo-Pak relation, the Asif Ali Zardari and NAB case, and also we have a figure of the week for you which we will reveal in the end. We will take a break, stay with us. So we will be discussing the upcoming events in the wake of the Pulwama attack that are going to take place in the next week, and also we will be discussing Kulbhushan Yadav's case. So Kulbhushan Yadav's case, the hearings have closed today, they have ended today, and India was unable to respond to the evidences provided by Pakistan. So what is your stance on it?
Actually, Kulbhushan Yadav case is the mirror image of what the Pulwama is. Allegation from the Pakistan side is that he'd been engaged in similar or the same sort of activities which the India is now putting on Pakistan. He has given a confessional statement in which he said that he was behind these attacks. He killed so many Pakistanis and make hemorrhage, economic hemorrhage of Pakistan. So that is in the case. There, the Pakistani counsel, Mr. Qureshi, has asked 4 principal questions. One, the passport that is returned from the UK, forensic evidence has confirmed that they were genuine passport issued by the government of Pakistan, government of India. And on one passport, his name was Hussain Mubarak Patel, and on the second, his name was Commander Kulbhushan Yadav. And the most interesting thing is that on both the passport, he carries the same residential address. So one, why you issued in, and he traveled so many times on the different passports. Second, had he been retired? If he is retired, then did you issue any notification that he is retired from the active service? But if you did not, then still he is a government ranking government official. Third, that if he was abducted from Iran, then did you launch a complaint to the government of Iran that our citizen has been abducted by hostile forces by Pakistani? You did not. So the claim that Pakistan puts it that he was engaged in espionage and different terrorist activity. So they don't have any answer to it. So this is the reason. Then instead of giving any answer, they went on maligning Pakistan and calling name. So, and one thing more, I don't know what the court comes up with. Decision, it will take some time. But that is the nitty-gritty of. On the other side, the similar attack, similar allegations from the Indian sides are coming on the Pulwama attack. They are saying that Jaish-e-Mohammed is a stooge which Pakistan military intelligence arm handles, and they are responsible. They are behind that, and they have registered an FIR against them. So they are basically mirror image. But the unfortunate thing is that there was no jurisdiction of the ICG. Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif voluntarily went into the ICG and agreed to it.
And also, do you think that BJP is trying to politicize the Pulwama attack and is trying to use Pulwama attack as a catalyst because there are upcoming elections and they are running the election campaign?
Not only upcoming election, if the war breaks out between India and Pakistan, and if we paint different scenario, who is the main beneficiary? For example, if the war breaks out and it ends, leaving Pakistan military considerably weaker, that it's now cannot defend itself, and India also a little bit weaker, who is the beneficiary? The West. Because the Kashmir is thrown up at the international stage. So it will automatically roll back CPEC. Second scenario, if both the countries are very weak and one of the countries on the verge of balkanization, who will be the beneficiary? West. If Pakistan is balkanized and nothing happened to India, who is the beneficiary? West. So I personally have the feeling that the Indian government is acting hand in glove with the West, with the US, but the deep state in India, which is establishment, do not want to go to the war. And there's a conflict. And why I'm saying is because Sheikh Abdullah and other high officials are openly against the government of India, Sarkar they call it, and they say they are responsible for that and we should, look at ourselves and look at the mirror image and all that. And I don't think so that they can dare to talk like that without the backing of the Indian deep state establishment. So Indian establishment is split. So the state of India does not want to go to the war with Pakistan, but the government want to. And here in Pakistan, nobody wants to go to the war.
So we will continue our discussion after a short break. Stay with us. And Shiv Sena has also said that US and France should condemn Pakistan, and if they do not condemn Pakistan, then we should not have bilateral ties with America and France. So what do you think that what role will America play in the upcoming days? How will America respond to this whole situation?
I'm saying I'm convinced that it doesn't matter to the deep establishment that the United States, the only interest, the only objective they have, the only fear they had, that the nukes are not used. And the nukes would not be used at the right away. At some appropriate time that can happen if the war Pakistan sees it. So I think war is very beneficial to the West in this part of the world.
But do you think that US will implicitly or explicitly support Pakistan because Afghan peace talks are going on?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Why should they? They will not. Why should they support Pakistan? They are not going to lose. They don't want that the Pakistan should use nuclear option. That is the thing they don't want. And it has implication for them, because if the nuclear option is unleashed, it can have global consequences. The nuclear cloud can envelop the whole world globe for many years. Then that can bring down the yield of rice and wheat, and that can end in the famine, killing 2 billion and all. We see that climate impact and other things. So they don't want. But if these two countries go to war, it would be beneficial to them, because the Pakistan would be weaker, India would be weaker. They will buy arms, sell. Why should they? They will not.
And most of the people, they are saying, and the situation is like that there is an impending war. So can we say that this time, if in case a war is started, that will be a water war? Because India has also said and threatened Pakistan that they would stop the fresh flow of the water, and they are also constructing the dam on the river Ravi. So can we say that the next war is going to be on water?
India can stop some of the water, but most of the water they cannot stop, because most of the precipitation in Pakistan is because of the rain. And that starts after India. They can stop, but not much. All water they cannot stop. And second, the international agreement is not bilateral. No single country can break it. So, but clearly this is not water war. This is war for hegemony, because they had an operation inside the Myanmar. They went after the terrorist and the other part of the world. So nobody speaks, nobody dare to speak in front of India. In the region, Bangladesh, Nepal, Bhutan and other countries, Sri Lanka even. Pakistan is the only sore point, and they want to get rid of it.
And Asad Umar has also said that the sanctions that India have imposed on Pakistan regarding the trade, so India will suffer from it economically. So is it true or not? Because India and China's economies, they are the fastest growing economies in Asia right now. So will India suffer from it in future?
Pakistan is a 220 million people, and it's a big market. India can benefit from this market. India is a huge market, and Pakistan can benefit from that market. But the situation on the ground is that Pakistan do not produce exportable surplus that they can send to India. But India do. Because of the sanction, at this moment, India is going to suffer, not Pakistan. In the long run, yes, if the good relations and Pakistan grow its manufacturing, all that, and India's market, that's a dream, which is very far away still. if everything goes right. But at the moment, India is going to lose. But the loss that India is going to make out of the trade, not doing trade with Pakistan, is very small.
And
It's like a pinprick on the elephant back.
Okay. We will continue the discussion after a break. Stay with us. So Zardari said it in a statement on February 21st that he is ready to face all the challenges that NAB will throw at him. And also he has condemned the arrest of Durrani, and he has asked for an amendment to be made in the NAB laws. So can we say that Zardari is trying to politicize the Pulwama attack and the NAB, the arrests that are done by NAB for his own vested interests?
Not Pulwama, he did not mention Pulwama attack at all.
No, he said that in his era a similar situation had arisen, and he tackled with the whole situation through diplomatic channels, whereas Imran Khan and the PTI government does not know how to deal with such situations. So can we say that he is trying to politicize?
Actually, the situation is very different. When Zardari was there, Asif Ali Zardari was the president. That is the time when the Memogate scandal arose. And still, the establishment is very firm that it was a real scandal, although it has been thrown away by the Supreme Court. Asif Ali Zardari was another commodity, and this Prime Minister is another commodity, and the circumstances are totally different. At that point, India sought something else. Now they are seeking something else. So there is no comparison between these two at all. They're not apple. We can compare apples to apples, oranges to oranges, but it's not apple to apple. That was a different situation. This is a different situation. And on the NAB law, they suggest they want to amend the NAB law to get away with it. The simple thing is that they don't want to release the booty, and they want to get away from that, and they want to amend the law for their benefit. But there is a difference between the case which was run against the Nawaz Sharif and his case, because JIT was asked to collect evidence of the Nawaz Sharif, and he was convicted, when it was formed and they collected. But here the JIT is not asked. They already have documentary proof of it. They had been laundering money. It went out and it was being invested outside through fake accounts and everything. So it's very difficult for him to get away with it. So that is why he is trying to play Sindh card and 18th constitutional amendment and all. But the danger is after Siraj Durrani that the chief minister would be left with no option but to dissolve the assembly. And once the Sindh assembly is dissolved, governor will become the custodian and a fresh election need to be. So it will unravel the whole, this whole system of government in the current phase. So it can destabilize the current government as well. So even at the federal level.
So we have a figure of the week for you, and that is NEPRA, and they have approved an increase in the power tariff by rupees 1.8 per unit, and this is going to cost the consumers around rupees 13.5 billion. So the country is already going through the economic crisis, and we have the still winter is going on. This time we have a prolonged winter. So how is it going to impact the general public? This we will see in the upcoming days. And do you have any figure of the week?
Yeah, I have the figure, and that is a person, and his name is Sheikh Abdullah, the chief minister formal on the Indian side. He has went openly against the government in India, and he say कि मुसलमानों को इतना पे बेतमादी ना करे. He says that the Indian government, in the name of Hindutva, has pushed the Muslims to the wall, and they have no other ways except to retaliate. So, and second, he said it's not Pakistan at all. It's the internal mismanagement. So he has come totally different, and I personally think he represents a deep state in India, which is not their government. So he is an important figure of the week.
So this is all for today. Until we meet next time, Allah Hafiz.